The first rays of dawn spread across the hills, golden light stretching far and wide, signaling the start of a new day. But for Daniel's team, this was no ordinary day. News of wild boar herds swarming down to ravage crops, even attacking villagers' livestock, spurred them into action. This was not just another hunting trip, it was a mission to protect the peace of the land. Would the journey over the hills and through the fields bring the results they hoped for? Follow Daniel and his team as we relive each thrilling moment ahead. This time, Daniel's bold decision was to use a helicopter as their hunting vehicle. From the sky, with a wide open view, every corner of the land and every herd of beasts came into sight with ease. Soon, a herd of wild boars appeared below, trudging along unaware. Daniel quickly raised his rifle, steadied his aim, and fired. Bang! The bullet tore downward from above, piercing straight into the beast's body, dropping it instantly. A flawless opening shot, proving the caliber of a hunter who dared to choose such a daring approach. The helicopter pressed forward, chasing the monsters frantically fleeing below. Daniel gripped his rifle tight, his barrel tracking the herd's chaotic movements. Bang! 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 The rifle roared repeatedly, and with every shot, a dark figure collapsed to the ground. 1, 2, 3. For beasts lay lifeless across the barren field. This was more than just a display of Daniel's sharpshooting. It showcased the overwhelming power of aerial fire. Clearly, when skill and courage unite, not even the cunning wild boars can escape the cold precision of a rifle. What do you think of this hunting scene? Leave your thoughts down below. Daniel's team steered the helicopter around the area, scouting for survivors. There, a lone boar staggered across the clearing. Without hesitation, he pulled the trigger. Bang! The first bullet hit, making it stumble, but the beast still pushed forward, desperate to flee. Daniel squeezed twice more. Bang, bang! Finally, the massive body collapsed, lying still on the dry ground. The sheer toughness of these creatures is enough to chill anyone watching. They are not easily subdued, unless faced with a steely sharpshooter like Daniel. After completing the aerial assault, the helicopter slowly descended into the wide grasslands nearby. The team quickly advanced, pushing deep into the area within minutes. Suddenly, strange noises echoed ahead, faint at first, then louder. The crackle of dry grass, dust flying in the air, and out of nowhere, a massive shadow charged forward. Sensing danger, the beast immediately changed direction, desperate to escape. But it was too late. Daniel's teammate had already locked his sights. Bang! The bullet struck true, dropping the creature instantly with no chance to fight back.
Yeah.
At the same moment, from another nearby position, a gunshot exploded, tearing through the tense silence. Another teammate had encountered a beast approaching their ambush site. The boar froze, staring straight at him as if daring the hunter, but its defiance lasted only a heartbeat. Bang! A cold, decisive shot rang out. The prey collapsed, leaving behind an eerie silence, a chilling testament to the skill of an experienced marksman. The team, now weary, decided to move slowly toward the outskirts. But suddenly, a signal from the front, something was moving. Then, bursting out of the underbrush, a giant beast lunged forward, thrashing wildly to escape. But before the cold steel barrel, it had no chance. Bang! One clean, precise shot. Daniel brought down the ferocious beast in an instant. Swift, sharp, and fearless. And would you have the courage to face a wild boar at such close range? The hunt closed with a complete victory for Daniel's team. Each precise shot not only felled the beasts, but also restored peace to lands plagued by wild boars. All of this was achieved thanks to the seamless coordination of the hunters and the steadfast support of local authorities. So, what do you think was the most thrilling moment of today's journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next intense hunt on the snowy hills.
Poland is famous for its thriving wild boar population, attracting hunting enthusiasts from all over. This winter I returned here to participate in the annual wild boar hunting competition, which brings together hunters from all over. In the cold of winter, along with the white snow, can I conquer these exciting challenges? Join me in this video. The presence of wild boars in the city has become a nuisance to residents, as they frequently cross the roads, affecting traffic. In addition, wild boars often rummage through trash cans, destroying lawns and damage urban landscapes. The Polish government has taken many measures to encourage the hunting and extermination of these vandals. There are even annual target hunts in the hope of attracting hunters here and controlling the increase in wild boars. Early in the morning, the hunters were already at the location outside the forest. After the organizers announced the rules of the oriented wild boar hunt, we were ready to start the hunt. As I entered the middle of the snowy forest, I quickly encountered a herd of wild boars, which quickly ran away. Along with the barking of dogs, gunshots also echoed throughout the forest. A group of large wild boars with shaggy fur ran through the trees. I also quickly aimed and fired a few shots. While wandering around looking for prey, a wild boar suddenly appeared in front of us. It was quite small, moving slowly on the white snow. Perhaps the cold of winter had slowed it down. I immediately raised my gun and aimed. A gunshot rang out, and I easily took down the wild boar. The herd of wild boars had just run out from behind the bushes. Not missing the opportunity, I quickly raised my gun and aimed. Gunshots rang out continuously, but the speed of movement was too fast, making it impossible for me to hit the target. From a distance, my companion also opened fire and shot down a wild boar as it crossed the road. Going deeper into the forest, I saw new dig marks on the ground, which was a sign that the wild boar was very close, as expected. A few minutes later, a wild boar ran out of the bushes. The bare trees could not hide it. As soon as the wild boar jumped out of the bushes, I immediately pulled the trigger and fired. A gunshot rang out decisively, and the wild boar immediately lay flat on the white snow. After that, with the hunting dogs chasing, the wild boars appeared more frequently. I tried to observe carefully and always be ready to shoot, because the wild boar could run past at any time. I ambushed in an open space in the middle of the forest, listening carefully to the sound of dogs chasing. At that moment, a panicked wild boar ran out of the forest. Of course, I did not miss such a great opportunity. As soon as it ran past my sight, I quickly opened fire and took it down. The black wild boar stood out against the white snow, making it easier for me to observe, so I got my next trophy. Following the barking of the dogs, I saw a large wild boar who was trying to fight back when surrounded by a pack of dogs. I immediately opened fire to finish it off. Close range. My shot was almost perfect, taking down the wild boar on the spot. With excitement, I quickly dragged the wild boar out of the forest. After achieving the first results, I continued to search for other targets. Gunshots rang out quickly and regularly, and quite a few wild boars were taken down. In the afternoon, the snow started to fall more heavily, making it even more difficult to find the wild boars. Through the dense trees, a wild boar was trying to escape the dog's pursuit. With the gun equipped with the red dot sight, I could aim more easily. In just a few short seconds, I fired several shots in succession to take down the wild boar. A herd of wild boars were trying to escape through the white snow. Their speed was so fast that it was difficult to aim. However, I still wanted to try my luck. A series of gunshots rang out. The large wild boars became more panicked and ran away faster. There was no time to aim carefully. Most of my bullets were inaccurate. Not giving up, we were still determined to track down and hunt wild boars until it was almost dark. My hunting dog was still patiently chasing a wild boar, barking loudly from the bushes. I also immediately rushed into the bushes and chased after it until darkness covered the entire forest. I finally had a chance to shoot. The wild boar was exhausted and surrounded by dogs, so I only needed one shot to finish it off. This is the final result of the day, because it was getting dark and I needed to quickly return to the meeting point to report. Although I did not win the prize in today's hunting competition, the wonderful experience here will be unforgettable memories. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember to like, share and subscribe to support the channel. See you in the next hunting trip.
Have you ever imagined a wild hog hunt from above, where you hover in the air, watching the animals move on the ground? We recently had the opportunity to experience that unique journey right in our home state of Texas. It was more than just a hunt. It was a thrilling adventure that we will never forget. In the cool air of the early morning, our hunting team boarded the helicopter and set off. The group's first destination would be a vast, open plain, so there would be no trees to hide the pigs' movements. One by one the prey appeared before our eyes. I sat in the helicopter, trying to keep my balance in the shaking conditions, then continuously fired towards the prey. The pigs tried to run as fast as they could. However, they absolutely could not escape the powerful bullets that were being fired. After killing the pigs in the field, we turned to the sparse forest in the distance. The roar of the engine, the spinning propellers tearing through the air, mixed with the first gunshots ringing out in the air. The herd of wild boars ran away in panic, but with smooth coordination and extensive experience, we took down each one accurately. When the smoke cleared, only the dead pigs remained, lying motionless on the desolate ground. This forest seemed to be a safe haven for many wild boars, so when we returned again, we still encountered quite a few. Hearing the sound of the helicopter engine, the pigs immediately separated from the herd and ran away from the forest in panic. Determined not to let any target escape, even the lone ones, we quickly controlled the helicopter to close in and pursue closely. They were running so fast. I had to keep my hand steady, timing each shot. After a few more rounds, the invaders were finally wiped out. Leaving the forest, our helicopter continued to move to a large field. The crops here had just been harvested, leaving bare land, completely devoid of hiding places for wild boars. From above, we easily followed their every move. Not a single step escaped our sight. I adjusted my stance, took a deep breath, locked on my target, and fired. For nearly 10 minutes, I kept shooting. One by one, the wild boars fell to the ground, lying still in the middle of the dry field. Helicopters, accessing difficult areas like swamps is easier than ever. After nearly 10 years of hunting, we knew the enemy's habits very well. The pigs knew that this area was not safe, so they hid in the tall grass, waiting for an opportunity to escape. So we glided low, passing over each tree, our eyes carefully observing. As expected, the noise of the helicopter engine was unbearable for the pigs. They panicked and rushed out of their shelter, running in all directions, trying to find a way to escape. At that moment, I opened fire. Each shot rang out decisively, without a moment's hesitation. Each shot was accurate, taking down each one of them as they tried to escape. Within just half an hour, more than 30 more wild boars collapsed on the ground, ending their hopeless escape. The whole team focused on aiming and firing continuously. In an instant, gunshots rang out, and then the bodies of fallen wild boars were scattered everywhere. As we were about to end our hunt after a long day of chasing, an unexpected sight came before our eyes. A huge herd of wild boars gathered in the middle of the field. Opportunity is here. I immediately got into position, aimed carefully, and fired. The shots ran out accurately, the bullets hitting the weak points, causing each one to fall on the spot. The gunshots caused the herd to panic and scatter, trying to run away. I continued to fire, each round of bullets whizzing through the air, aimed straight at those who were struggling in despair. This was the perfect ending to an unforgettable day of hunting. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.
I never thought I would one day be holding a gun, soaring through the air in a helicopter, chasing giant wild hogs across the vast plains of Texas. And yet, what seemed like an impossible task has become a reality. This has to do with Randy, a college friend of mine. He lives in Texas and was planning a daring wild boar hunt. Wild boars are invasive, reproduce rapidly, destroy crops, attack livestock, and can even be dangerous to humans. So, ranchers have taken a drastic approach to controlling them, hunting them from helicopters. Before boarding the helicopter, I had to attend a 2-hour training session accompanied by Randy and Mike, an experienced hunter, and also our trainer. All right, here we go. Clear! The helicopter quickly rose above the wild grasslands and sparse forests. I observed a herd of wild boars running away because the sound of the helicopter was too loud. When we were at a certain height, Mike signaled us to take aim. The noise of the helicopter drove the wild boars out of their hiding places. We were in charge of destroying them from the air. The sound of the explosion, mixed with the noise of the helicopter, caused a series of wild boars to fall. I realized that wild boars do not always stay still on the ground. They run fast, turn unexpectedly, and are very good at hiding in the bushes. shooting from the air, while it may seem cool, is actually extremely difficult. That in the vast grasslands, hunting wild boars would be easier because our vision was also clear. As long as we aimed accurately, we could kill many wild boars at once. Herds of wild boars are seen, the helicopter will slow down, giving us an opportunity to shoot them down. Hunting wild boar by helicopter is unlike any other hunt. The helicopter must stay high enough to be safe, but low enough to shoot accurately. The pilot and shooter must work as a team, because one misstep can give the wild boar a chance to escape. No matter how fast the wild boar is, it cannot escape the sweep from the helicopter. With the naked eye, you can see dozens of wild boars lying on the field as the helicopter moves over. There are herds of pigs that are completely destroyed. Not a single one can escape. Many of you may think that the helicopter sweep of feral pigs is cruel, but it would be even crueler if we did not act, because acres of Texas farmers' crops have been destroyed by these feral pigs. If left unchecked, there could be more feral pigs than eager to escape. You see, hunting wild boar with a helicopter is much more efficient than traditional hunting methods. Since the helicopter covers a large area, it also drives wild boars out of their hiding places. The more wild boars that appear, the more wild boars we kill. Not only operating on the field, the helicopter also covered a large plateau surrounding the field. Although there were many bushes, the wild boars still had a hard time escaping the pursuit. Over the course of 2 hours, Mike and Randy and I took out dozens of wild pigs. Some were taken down instantly, others required several shots. At times, entire herds were so deeply hidden in the brush that we had to circle them several times to force them out. All the wild boars that were shot down were very large in size. Presumably, they were the lead pigs involved in the farm destruction. Helicopter wild boar usually lasts only 2 hours to ensure the health of the hunters. After landing, they inventory the spoils. Some will be given to local families. Some will be taken to slaughterhouses for meat processing. Our dramatic journey of hunting pigs from the sky has ended. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to watch more videos.